What's going on, guys? So welcome back to another episode of Mobility Mondays. So in today's video, what we are going to be going over is how to improve the bar position on your squats. Now this can go for being a high bar squatter or also a low bar squatter, but what it will probably turn more over to is low bar squatting, as it does involve having more shoulder flexibility. So let's say the bar on your back, let's just go with a high bar, okay? And if you have your hands way out here, you can't get them in tight, okay? If you cannot get them in tight, it's because you lack the mobility in your shoulders. Now, what happens is, if you can't hold the bar in tight, then therefore you will not be able to create as much upper back tightness, okay? And if you cannot create as much upper back tightness, well then, when the load starts getting up to your maximal weight, if it is not as tight, you will not be able to maintain as a neutral spine as possible, and what's going to happen is you're probably going to start rounding over on your squats, okay? Now that is going to make you fail a lot of attempts, and it really is, in my opinion, down to shoulder mobility. Now I do understand, as you start progressing up in weight classes, the bigger weight classes, your hands are going to be out a little bit more just because there's more size to you, but you'll also have a lot more muscle and it still will be in reasonably tight. So the reasons for this are mainly your pec minor and also your pec major, as well as your anterior deltoid, and also sometimes your biceps are tonic. Or, if you do not know what tonic means, they are tight. They are receiving too much of a charge, you could say, okay, to put it into thingy terms. So they are tight, so you're internally rotated. Therefore, you do not have the ability to get in. Now, all that's going to do is it is literally going to leak power in your squat, and it isn't optimal for you. So, what you're going to need is, you could use a PVC pipe, you could use a broomstick. In my case, I've got this metal pole. Now, this is a pretty light metal pole as well. I wouldn't recommend necessarily doing this with something particularly heavy. So for this stretch, what you're going to do is, depending on where your shoulder mobility lies, is going to be where you're going to put your hands in the bar. So let's just say you take it, starting off 10 inches from either side of your hip. So you've got 10 inches between your hip, which is here, and where you put your hands. And you're literally just going to bring your hands up and over and come out. And now this could be, a lot of people call this shoulder dislocations. I don't really have a name for it personally, but it's really simple to use. Now if that's too easy, then what you can bring your hands in the way and go over again. And if it's too much, you can take your hands out the way and go for it. Now, this can be done pre-workout, intra-workout, post-workout. It can be done. You can do it anytime. If you're going to be doing squats, then in my opinion, I would start warming up with it before your squats. And the goal is to literally just progressively overload by bringing your hands in closer and closer and closer. Now that will help stretch out your pec minor, your pec major, your anterior deltoid, all these different things, which will allow you to get a closer grip on the bar. Now, although there are certain stretches you can use that will stretch the same muscles, in my opinion, it is not going to be as optimal, because you're not taking the joints through the full range of motion, and what you're wanting to regain is the full instantaneous axis of rotation within the shoulder girdle. And in my opinion, just doing static stretches will not allow that or be as optimal for you. So this is what I would recommend. You can call them shoulder dislocations, and it literally is just going over your head. I use these every single workout just to warm up before my squats, so that I can allow to bring my shoulders, my hands in closer and create more upper back tightness. Now, whether you have noticed or not, this is something I have been doing on my squats recently. I have brought my hands in half an inch either side, as my shoulder mobility and the full instantaneous axial rotation, or the instantaneous axial rotation, has improved within my shoulder girdle. Therefore, I have brought them in, and already I notice I can create a lot more upper back tightness. Okay, so that is today's episode of Mobility Mondays. I hope it has been informative. I hope this can help you. In my opinion, it can help every single person, as I don't believe anyone, unless you're weighing 60 odd kilos and in the IPF, you can bring your hands in like this, okay? So, please like, comment and subscribe. Let me know down below what you are thinking. Again, I really hope you're enjoying this series. I feel it's a very informative one, and I'm really enjoying doing it for all of you. So, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Would you ever forget anything you know? Take a chance to step outside.